It's been a while since I've done a review. I'm currently at my studio right now recording some music, so I apologize for my kind of raspy voice, but we're gonna get through this, I promise you. So, today I'm gonna talk to you guys about one of my favorite horror properties out right now, and that is The Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House stars a lot of people. We got Michael Huisman. So sorry if I fuck your name up. He was Dario Naharis on Game of Thrones, that guy. We also got Oliver Jackson Cohen, Kate Siegel, Elizabeth Reeser, Victoria Pedretti, Henry Thomas, Carla Gugino. I mean, this cast is fucking so stacked. And just so everyone is aware, I will be getting into spoiler territory, so if you have not seen The Haunting of Hill House, please turn this video off, go ahead and watch the shit out of that show, and then come back to this video. As I had said, this is one of my favorite horror properties out right now. This is not a movie, it is a television show. It is a Netflix original series based off of the book by the same title, The Haunting of Hill House, written by Shirley Jackson. This series is about the Crane family and the hauntings that they experienced at Hill House when they were kids, rolling over into their adult lives. I must say that for a Netflix original series, this is one of the best ones I've ever seen. It is really well shot. The story is wonderful. Mike Flanagan does it yet again, writing and directing every single episode. The Haunting of Bly Manor, he didn't do every episode directing wise, but he did write the entire story. But in The Haunting of Hill House, he wrote and directed every single episode, and he does a fantastic job yet again. The acting is just absolutely wonderful. Everybody does a fucking amazing job. This show impressed the absolute fuck out of me as well. I believe in episode number 6, there are 3 10-minute long one-shot scenes, which I think is fucking absolutely impressive. The amount of time they must have rehearsed that, I mean, fuck, dude, that's just I'm honestly at a loss for words for it. It's fucking impressive though. This show is also absolutely terrifying. To give you a little bit of a background, when I watched this show, about springtime of last year. I had just moved in to a brand new apartment and I was living by myself at the time. My roommate was on tour and I was binging a lot of shows because, well, I didn't have anybody to hang out with. And I remember seeing The Haunting of Hill House on my queue and I was like, you know what? I haven't watched that yet. I'm going to give that a shot. And I probably binged it within 3 days. I watched a few episodes every single night before I went to sleep. Big mistake, by the way, but so worth it. This show is really fucking scary. A lot of people are gonna watch this show and then watch The Haunting of Bly Manor, or they'll watch Bly Manor and then this show and be like, wow, this show is infinitely scarier than The Haunting of Bly Manor. Every single episode, there is at least 1 to 2 scenes that just fucking scare the shit out of you. In episode, I believe it's episode number 8, there is one jump scare that is so out of left field and so well deserved. I remember when that jump scare came up, I literally had to pause the show and I was fumbling around with my phone in my hand going, oh, 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 oh. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about this show is the timelines. I love when you see them as kids and when you see them as adults. I also want to give a big round of applause to all the child actors. They did a phenomenal job. And what I absolutely loved about the show was seeing how their childhood was and how the hauntings in the house affected them and how it rolled over into their adult lives and how the hauntings still affect them to some certain degree in present time. Each member of the family gets one episode, so you get to find out about Steven, you get to find out about Shirley, Theo, Luke, and Nellie. It's really cool to get their backstory in one episode each, because then the last half of the show is just a fucking mind fuck of a show. I believe it's episode 5 where you find out Nellie, the little sister that commits suicide, is haunted by her own ghost, which is called the Bent Neck Lady. And finding out that, to me, was just... The show is also pretty hard to watch because there's some pretty intense scenes. You see a lot of drug abuse. Somebody hangs themselves. A couple of people hang themselves, and you fucking see it, and it's really graphic and it's really disturbing. And the creature design, how the ghosts look, are just fucking terrifying. They are burned into my brain. I truly give a huge 2 thumbs up to Mike Flanagan for coming up with these designs. I think he came up with them. If he didn't, whoever did, Jesus fuck, you did a marvelous job. A lot of people seem to have an issue with the ending of the show. I don't really know why. Maybe because it's a somewhat happy ending of some sorts. I'm not really sure. To me, I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was just fine. I'm not a screenwriter. Or I wouldn't really know how else this would have ended, but I thought the ending was perfectly fine. In the end, The Haunting of Hill House is a great fucking time. I recommend it for everybody to watch within the next week until Halloween comes up. If you have not seen it yet, start it right now and binge the shit out of that before Halloween comes. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Haunting of Hill House a hard, solid 10 out of 10. So if you have seen The Haunting of Hill House, what did you guys think of it? Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. And as always, if you would like to become one of my sweethearts, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get notified for all of my content. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.